What's going on YouTube? One Trimmy here, back again with another YouTube video. And in today's video, we are doing mock draft 5.0. Yes, the 2024 NBA mock draft 5.0. In this video, we're going to switch things up a little bit and do it a tad bit differently. We're going to do draft comparisons for the picks in the 2024 NBA draft, which is also a mock. So we're going to mock the players to which team I think is going to select them, and then we're going to draw their comparisons on draft day. So without further ado, let's hop right into the video. With the first overall pick, I have the Atlanta Hawks taking Zacariah Richer from France, the 6'10" small forward. Now with Zacariah's comparison, I think Zacariah reminds me a lot of Michael Porter Jr. The 6'10" frame, the silky smooth jump shot. I think this comparison is very accurate. The defensive upside is there for Zacariah, though, in my opinion. I think he can come in and immediately become a better defender than Michael Porter. I think Michael Porter can be a good defender, as we've seen in his past playoffs. He showed a lot of potential on that side of the ball. However, throughout his career, he hasn't been consistently a defensive stopper, but I think Zacariah Richer can come in and be that guy. With the second overall pick, I have the Washington Wizards taking Alex Sarr. Earlier on in the draft process, Alex Sarr was the presumptive second overall pick in the draft. However, as time went on and people did their research, there have been a flurry of people mocked at number 1 and number 2. Donovan Clingan, Zacariah Richer, as I previously mentioned. So number 1's wide open, but number 2, I have the Washington Wizards taking Alex Sarr. Alex Sarr reminds me a lot of Jaren Jackson Jr. You know, big guy, 7-footer who can shoot the through ball. Not that very good of a rebounder. He can block shots, but I think that rebounding aspect, as we've seen, that has hindered Jaren Jackson Jr. in the professional league. So I think Sarr needs to work on his rebounding a little bit, but Jaren Jackson Jr. is not a bad comparison for him, as you know, he's very young. He's only 19, 20 years old, so he has time to grow into his body, into his frame, and into his game. That was a bar right there. With the third overall pick, I have the Houston Rockets taking Reed Sheppard. Reed Sheppard is the best shooter in the draft, probably the best or one of the best perimeter defenders in the draft, and arguably my favorite player. One of my favorite players. The other one, he's about to get drafted soon. You know, I'm about to mention him in a minute. But Reed Sheppard, his game, silky smooth. He does all the right things on the basketball court. He literally has no holes in his game, in my opinion, and I wouldn't mind seeing him be taken number 1. Obviously, based off the potential thing with the NBA and politicking, he's not going to get drafted number 1. He might, actually. I don't want to say he's not, but it's unlikely he gets drafted number 1. But Reed Sheppard's comparison, it's tough. I see a little bit of Fred VanVleet. Fred's a big one. It's tough. I think Fred might be the only one. Klay Thompson's another one, like prime Klay. Obviously not, he doesn't have the length and the size, but the games are very similar. With the 4th overall pick, I have the San Antonio Spurs taking Matisse Buzelis out of G League Ignite. Buzelis is a 6'10" small forward, Swiss Army knife, and his comparison is Franz Wagner. Their games are very similar. They can dominate without the ball. They can really guard on all 5 positions, essentially, basically. The jump shot, I think it needs a little bit of work, but it projects well in the NBA. The athleticism, far ahead of where Franz's athleticism was at this point. We didn't see Franz's athleticism really peak, or not even peak, but ascend until he really got into the league and he played with NBA spacing. So watching Matisse Buzelis' athleticism in G League Ignite, I think his game is going to explode when he gets to the professional league, and he's my Rookie of the Year pick right now. With the 5th pick in the 2024 NBA Mock Draft 5.0, I have the Detroit Pistons taking Rob Dillingham. Now, at first glance, you might think Cade Cunningham and Rob Dillingham, that pairing doesn't really make sense. But for the Pistons, we really don't know what they're going to do with Ivy yet. Outside of Cade Cunningham, who are you really like? Who's a threat on that roster? And at this point, the Pistons just need threats, bro. You just need people that can play basketball. And I think Rob Dillingham can play basketball. He's one of them ones. And his potential, like I said in the previous video, Kyrie Irving-esque. I think Rob Dillingham could be a superstar in this league. And yeah, Rob is, like I said, he's one of them ones. So if I'm the Detroit Pistons and Rob Dillingham's there, I take Rob Dillingham. First of all, if I'm the Detroit Pistons and either one of them Kentucky guys are there, I'm taking one of them. They can play. And we've seen it. Kentucky has a track record. Coach Cal has a track record. He produces NBA talent. And I know a lot of people talk about Coach Cal as, he can't get it done in the postseason. He produces talent, though. He can do that. The Detroit Pistons, they're taking Rob Dillingham. His comparison, Kyrie Irving. With that being said, I'm one Trimmy. Thank you guys all for watching, and I'm out.